A writer's mind is a deceptive mind. During my first semester, when I was going for my MFA, I was sitting in on a round table, and the professor had given us all that advice. A writer's mind is a deceptive mind. Now, what they meant by that was often when we write, there comes a point when you stop just because it's getting emotionally tough. We often don't realize that it's sort of manifested as, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, I have to take a break, or I'm getting tired. It's never directly, hey, this scene's really important here and there's a lot of stakes on the line. And while instead of being dialed in, hey, listen, we're going to kind of mental, your mind sort of tries to protect you from messing that part up, or kind of protects you from having to dig a bit deeper. So it becomes, all right, I got to take a break. In essence, what this is really is just a very sneaky form of procrastination. This also tends to manifest a lot when you get more shallow writing. As an example, like I think there's a lot of overuse of the technique of the cliffhanger in books these days, where it's used in lieu of actually diving deeper emotionally. And now an example of this would be, say someone was writing a scene where a husband comes home and confesses to his wife that he was having an affair. I could see someone doing that type of scene and simply writing it out as, hey, honey, I've been cheating on you, and then ending the chapter right there, because they want the they want the sort of emotional impact of the reveal, right? To kind of hook the person to read the next chapter. But what they're doing though is they're losing the emotion of the moment, right? Instead of turning that into an aha cliffhanger, wait and draw like the next 10 minutes of that conversation out, right? Like, go back and don't just leave it there. That's the time to go deeper, to really hash out and get the argument, because the gem of writing comes when you can get these characters that you're writing to really reveal their deeper wants, or the unstated desires that maybe they had, right? When they can, all this sort of pent up anger and feelings they felt for the whole story finally comes to light. That's really where the gem comes in. Now, as writers, what we tend to do is go for that, perhaps that cliffhanger, because we either don't know what to write, maybe we don't know our characters that well, or we can't sit there, or maybe we feel like maybe we lack the confidence to be able to pull off that scene. Or it simply might be, this is a really emotional scene here, and I'm not sure quite how to write it out and how to sort of get it done masterfully. So I'm just going to do a cliffhanger and then pick up on the next chapter right afterwards, or some point, in the middle of the conversation instead, to kind of wrap it up. So that way I can, so you're sort of cheating yourself basically out of having to do kind of the hard work. And so I've been thinking more and more about that advice. Today was a 254 words written, which is the lowest I've written since I've started, obviously, this little venture here, this Write Every Day. And I have the climax of the story coming up relatively soon, and I suspect that I have some sort of fear and trepidation basically over writing it, because of the emotionality of everything kind of involved in it, that I'm sort of being very timid, I guess, and trying to extend the days out by simply having a short word count, right? So my goal in the next few days basically here is to like pick one of these days and just do a kind of a high word count day, just to write through it, just to write right up to the climax, write through it, and then I think after that I'll start getting back on a much higher word count day after that.